Cinephiles, this is Game Sean, and welcome back to the 5th episode of Revisiting Albums. So, we are going off topic from the last 4 that we did, from the Gaming with the Rappers from Broken Life. So, those were the first 4 I did with Groovepad, and this was the first I did after Groovepad stopped working after Broken Life happened. So, this album really technically debuted, well, its actual first song debuted on April 2nd, and the whole album, but its actual release was May 11th, 2020. So, I'm going to consider the album released on May 11th, 2020. So, this album, there's a lot to say about it, to be honest. There is so much to say about it. Now, this album is obviously the one that features my longest song to date, Screamin' Terror, at 10 minutes long. Alright, so, you know what album comes after this? The bad one, the Lord of Light album that I didn't like. Alright, so, where do we begin? It's not a Groovepad album. I guess we'll talk about the cover first. So, we've got a cowboy hat, it looks like, with me with a sword. It's pretty cool, and an Under Armour shirt that's really cheap, but alright, we'll go with it. Now, this album features, obviously, the song Screamin' Terror, Evil's Course, Into the Night, the track, Sinkhole of Heck, Dream or Reality, Cover Your Life Up, No Fidgets, and Sources and Conversion. So, man, this album, where do we begin? It's a really interesting album. Did I like it? Yeah, I liked it. It was good. But most importantly, I think that what made this album good first, its release date, was its release apparently seemed to have happened when I broke my foot. Judging by the release date, I said May 11th. Broke my foot at that time, so I don't know how hard it was to record it, but I think this picture was done on April 2nd, I think. I don't remember when this picture was taken. Oh no, we can look up here. It was done on April 2nd. Alright. You can tell the fourth month, the 2nd, and 2020. Now, this album ties in mainly with Dark Awakening, to be honest, on a little bit. It was actually originally 18-minute song. It was on this record, 18 minutes. There was an 8-minute song, a 7-minute song, 6-minute song, 5-minute song, 2 3-minute songs, and the 18-minute long track. That was actually Into the Night's title track. That was going to be the 5th track on this album. Man, 18 minutes. And Groovepad got rid of it before I had the chance to release it. Now, Screamin' Terror was the last official Groovepad track I released all the way up until recently when I released the Lost in Space album. Now, this album's good. I can't say much of how much I disliked it. I didn't like some of the songs on this album. It's not the metal-esque of it. I wanted to make a heavy metal album anyway at the time when I was doing Gaming with Rappers. I really wanted to make a metal record at the time. But Groovepad came out and I just didn't want to do it myself, and because I guess I was too lazy. But, after Broken Life's release, I had to make them by myself. I didn't have a choice. Now, Screamin' Terror is the longest song ever made. No song's ever been beaten by that yet. However, a similar talk is going to be done for Frostbite. I have a similar type of idea for Frostbite for the 18 minutes. Possibly it's going to be 20 minutes. A 20-minute song that's released. 10 minutes longer than the song that we got on this that was long as crap. Now, 10 minutes doesn't seem that big. And it was 2020, and this was the 5th album. 5th studio album. Can't believe it. 5th studio album. 2 months literally after Broken Life happened. Yeah, 2 months after. This was the first album that also featured a month break between two. I think Lord of Light, by the way, debuted a month after this one did. And that could be a reason for the shortness length of it, which I don't know. We'll probably talk about it in that, of why the album was #1 so short. This record was long, actually, for me. It took a while to record and make and release. This record took a while. Out of all the ones that took me forever to record, this one took me forever. Groovepad, I used my own instruments, and I used Groovepad itself for the drums mainly, and the intro opening was provided by KO's dad, which thank you for that. He helped make the intro to the thing where it's like all the little gulpses and all that stuff. The opening of it. The spoken intro, as we like to call it. Now, the 10-minute long song was a masterpiece. It was a Halloween song. In fact, that song was going to be released all the way in October, but due to it being lost, I just wanted to record it then and release it on an album. And because I didn't want to have it saved and actually lose the song, and I would have to go through every video after that to find it. And I'm not doing that. So you know how long it took me to find Make It Burn's original recording? Oh, it took me forever to find. So many videos of them. Because I still have all the original videos of the original clips when these were recorded at the time. And I don't want to ever try to I do want to re-release them in remasters. Like, remaster them. Change it up a bit. What do we talk about more about it? Like, its release date. Its release was a little complicated, but this album took me, like I'm back on track with that. The timing of it was not bad, but, well, it was bad. Both that and Broken Life, I guess, had bad timings, but Gaming with Rappers had the worst timing, of course, because I was in a hospital for that one, mainly. Into the Night was a little interesting. Like I said, it took me forever to record because the songs were taking forever. KO and KO's dad were on the first song, helping me. KO mainly had writing credibilities to that. I didn't have any writing credibilities on that. It was mainly their idea to record that, but it was basically my idea to make it. Let's make a 10-minute song telling a Halloween story of a murder that happened back in the day. The 1993 murders at a store, I think it was. I don't remember. It was a restaurant or store. I can't remember, but it's telling the re-story of a movie. That song was inspired by the Night of the Living Dead, basically, because obviously it was having like zombies eating the brains and stuff, like what they normally do. And that's why the opening song mainly had that focus to it and made it scary, because it's telling that exact same story as Night of the Living Dead was. And then it also talks about, it mentions the medieval vampire Nosferatu. It obviously mentions his name in the beginning of it too, so it's basically, I guess, about that, a murder, and a zombie case. Yeah, it's where zombies basically are committing crimes and vampires, I guess. It makes it scary. I know it makes it scary and sounds horrifying, to say the least. But KO had those ideas, so we put them, and this is what we got out of it. That song also took 5 attempts to make. 5 attempts. I don't have originally recordings of it. I think I do have one. I don't remember. I do not have any behind-the-scenes footage of the recordings of them, actually. Not yet, at least. However, I will do it for Frostbite, and I'll show you actually how these albums are made and produced. Like what you guys see on channel. Now, with this album coming after this one, got Lord of Light comes after this one. I can't believe we have to go over that one. It was the bad album, and you know how I don't like those kinds of albums. Like Metallica has Saint Anger, and I have that. Badness, That album just wasn't good. I can't believe we're going to review it. I don't even want to, but I do, because it's part of my discography, and I released that, and at the time I thought it was pretty cool. I liked it at the time when it was made, but now it just sounds bad. And And I also have Ernie Ball guitar strings going to be put on my guitar, so if they make a sound difference, I might do a album that I have with Groovepad available. I might use my Groovepad drums and put my guitar in. Wait, what if we combine the two? That's a good idea. We can combine the drums and the bass, and we can combine my guitar and just let the guitar do the work, you know? We can do that. We can make this happen. That needs to happen. That's going to probably be an idea for Frostbite. I might have that ideas in mind for that. Stay tuned for that. Hopefully that guitar gets restrung and done by then, so I can do it. Because I'm going to start recording the album, I think, on January 1st, and then the album will debut 4 days after. So I would have 4 days to record and really get it done. Yeah, I have to do it like that. Yeah. Now, before we go into the night, and we have to do our light, I like the timing, so yeah. I like this record. It's a good, of course, like all of them are. Now I'll see you on the next